Mr. Kinsey. State Tennessee, call your first witness.
State calls James Long.
Raise your right hand, please, sir.
Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Please be seated.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Will you state your name for the record, please, sir?
My name is James Long, L-O-N-G.
And where are you employed?
I am the Blount County 911 Director.
And how long have you been doing that?
Since June of 17, so just a little over 2 years.
And what was your experience prior to that?
I spent 27 years at the Blount County Sheriff's Office and left there in June of 17 as the Deputy Chief of Patrol and Public Safety.
And what are your duties as the Director of the 911 Communications Center?
To ensure that all 911 calls to Blount County are answered in a minimal amount of time and to make sure the appropriate response is sent as quickly as possible to people in need.
Let me ask you, when someone calls 911, what sort of documentation or record of that is created to memorialize that call?
We have a CAD system, and that's short for computer-aided dispatch. And what happens is when the call comes in, at the same time the call taker is taking the information from the caller, they are entering into the CAD system, our computer system that documents the date, time the call was taken. They get the information from the caller, the person calling, a callback number, and then also include the details that the caller's giving them at the time of the call.
And does it also include details like when people were dispatched and things like that?
Yes, sir. We maintain dispatch times because when a unit is dispatched to the call, whether it be a fire call, EMS, or law enforcement, it's that unit is assigned to that call, and when it's assigned, it's documented in the CAD or computer-aided dispatch system.
And is that CAD report, is that something that's generated for every 911 call that's made to your communications center?
Yes, sir, it is.
Let me ask you, did the communications center receive 911 calls on August the 28th of 2018 from an address listed as 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir, we did.
Okay. And have you been asked to pull the CAD detail report from that specific call?
Yes, sir, I was.
Comment approach.
Okay.
Director Long, do you recognize this document that I'm giving you?
Yes, sir. That is a CAD report generated at our Emergency Communication District office.
Okay. And what date is that report for? What incident?
8/28 of 2018 at 6:06:09 a.m. And it is an incident that occurred at 808 Beaver Drive.
Okay. And you said the call came in at 60 what?
6:09 and 08 seconds.
Okay. Did you receive just one call from that residence, do you recall, or did you receive multiple calls?
As I recall from searching the records, there was 2 calls on that specific date.
Okay.
Yes, 2 calls on that specific date.
And does the Operations Center, 911 Center, does it record phone calls as they come in to the 911 Center?
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay, and are you able to access those and assign those back to specific incidents? In this case, the call on the morning of August the 28th at 808 Beaver Drive.
Yes, sir.
And if requested, can you pull and access those phone calls?
Yes, sir. On a routine basis, we do that.
And I ask if you recognize this.
Yes, sir. That's a CD I made and supplied at law enforcement in your request.
And is that what does that CD contain?
It contains 2 911 calls made on the 28th of August of 18 from 808 Beaver Drive.
Your Honor, I'd ask first to introduce the CAD report as Exhibit Number 1, please.
Any objection?
No objection.
So received into evidence as exhibit number 1.
And likewise, Your Honor, I'd ask to enter these 911 calls as Exhibit Number 2 and display those to the jury at this time.
Any objection?
At this time after the plate, I'd ask for them to be played for their entry.
So exhibit 2 marked for identification.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Blount County 911, 911, where's your emergency?
808 Zimmer Drive, shots fired, 2 shots to the chest, stop breathing.
Ma'am, 808 where?
Zimmer Drive, Maryland, Tennessee. Yes, 37801.
Who was the person that did the shooting?
Sean, I don't know. Please, okay.
Who did Sean shoot?
I'm right here, okay. My husband, fiance, whatever, he's not breathing.
Okay, ma'am.
They're cutting his neck.
Okay.
Shot in the chest.
Ma'am, okay. Ma'am, we're gonna get somebody to fight. The person that did the shooting, can you tell me if they still have a gun?
Yes, they still have the gun. They're on the phone. Just please get here.
Okay, we got help on the way, but you're saying that they're still at a danger?
Huh? I'm sorry. No. I need you to put the gun down, please. Okay? Oh, okay. I just need to get here.
Ma'am, I'm going to get somebody on the way. Now tell me, did the person shoot himself or did he shoot someone else?
Oh, he was shot. He was shot.
Okay, he shot someone else?
Okay, he's not breathing. The person shot is not breathing.
Okay, do anybody there know CPR? And can you tell me where they were shot?
CPR, yes, they were shot right underneath of the nipple. Their rib cage.
Okay, stay on the phone with me, please.
Okay.
Tell me when you're with the patient, okay? I need to know if you are doing CPR.
Okay. No, there's one near the other nipple and on the.
But you're saying he was shot in the chest twice?
Yeah. There's a. I'm ripping the shirt open. There's one on his neck.
Ma'am, is someone doing CPR?
No, nobody's doing CPR because he's not breathing.
Okay, that's why we need to do CPR, ma'am. Can you bear the chest?
Okay. Can we bear the chest?
Yes. Do anybody there know CPR? Do you want me to talk you through it?
Chest is bare.
Okay.
We're on the back porch at 808 Beaver Drive. Yeah, we're on the back porch at 808.
Where is Sean, ma'am?
He's on the other side of the street.
He's on the other side of the house now?
Yes.
Okay, we have him on the other phone, but can you tell me the name of the patient?
Jimmy Shelton.
Jimmy Hilton? Shelton. Okay. So are we going to do CPR? I need to know so I can talk you through it, okay?
Yes.
Okay, if you need to put me on speaker, that's fine, okay? But I want you to put the heel.
On speaker, go ahead.
Okay, you've got him flat on the ground?
Yes, he's flat on the ground.
Okay, I need somebody to talk to me while I'm talking to you, okay? Okay, great. Put the heel of your hand on the center of his chest, right between the nipples, okay? Then put the other hand on top of that hand.
Yes.
Okay, and then I want you to do 2 inches deep. I need you to do 30 compressions to 2 breaths.
Stay in your front. Stay in the line. Stay in the line.
Okay, when you get ready to do the breath, I need you to tilt his head back with one hand, pinch the nose, and give 2 deep breaths. I want to see the chest rise, okay?
Tilt the head back with how?
With one hand, this flat hand, just tilt his head back, his forehead back. Pinch the nose, make sure you get a good feel, and get 2 breaths, 2 deep breaths. His chest should rise, and then go right back at it with the 30 compressions. You're doing great. Keep it up, okay? good. Keep going.
Okay, is his belly showing up or something?
Just make sure you tilt that head back enough, okay? On the next one. And just keep going. You're doing great. Help is on the way, okay?
Okay, please hurry. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's in another room in the house.
You're doing great. Keep it up, okay? Help is coming.
Okay. 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
You all are doing great. Just keep it up, okay? Just keep it up. I know you're getting tired, but just keep it up, okay? Help is on the way.
Sorry. We have 2 gates. They can be either one on the side of the house and in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
You all are doing good. Keep it up. My people are close, okay? Okay, you keep going until my unit relieves you, okay? I know you hear the sirens, but keep going. Now, there's 2 of you there. Can the other lady, ma'am, ma'am, can the 2 of y'all stay there together, okay, until they secure the other area? Stay there with him, okay? Do y'all hear me? Okay, keep going with your compressions, okay? You're doing great. Keep going, you're doing great, okay? Keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
You're doing great. Keep going, okay?
It's too much. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but it's chicken up in there.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm preaching in here. Please help. Come on, please. Hurry back. No, where is it?
We're not going to shoot a 4-year-old.
ma'am, since my people are there, I'm gonna go ahead and hang up, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Director Long, was that one of the two phone calls you pulled from 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir, it was.
I'm asked to play the second call now.
Communications only. 911, I'm at 808 Beaver Drive now. I fucking shots fired. My girlfriend's being molested by her stepdad. I need police here now.
Okay,
Shots fired.
Calm down just a minute. What was the address again?
Is it 808 Beaver Drive? I have it on recording. You was fucking molesting my girlfriend, her stepfather. Your hands were down. I need police here now. I have my weapon drawn, sir. My name is Sean Foley. He molested her. Her fucking pants were down.
How?
We need an ambulance now, sir. I don't know, sir. 40-ish. Sir, I need an ambulance now.
Okay, calm down just a minute. We'll get him on.
I need an ambulance now, sir, please. Miranda, come here now. Sir, please, the officer is here now. He was molesting my girlfriend. I fucking have it on recording.
Okay, just calm down just a minute.
The mom's calling now, sir. Please, they're freaking out. Please, sir. Miranda, come here now. Please. My mother-in-law is calling 911 now. I need officers here now, sir.
Okay, we're getting them on the way. Okay, they'll be there in just a minute.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Miranda, come here now. We're going up front. Yes, sir. Please stand with all of me. Miranda, come here now. Please come here now. Please, sir. Miranda, come here now. Sir, please stand with all of me. Miranda, up front now. Miranda, come here now. Sir, are you still there?
Yeah.
Miranda, he was fucking molesting you. Sir, please get here. 808 Beaver Drive.
Hang on just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Hang on the phone.
Yes, sir. Miranda, come here now. Please, come here. I was recording. He was trying to rape you for a fucking car. Yes, sir.
All right, listen.
Yes, sir. They said he's not breathing.
Who's not breathing?
Yes, sir. The guy that I fired on, he was trying to rape my girlfriend. Please, they're all on the phone right now. I need officers here now, sir. My name is Sean Foley. I'm an Army veteran, sir. Honorable discharge. I have my carry permit. I have it on recording. He was trying to rape my girlfriend for a fucking car. I came outside and told him to stop. She pulled her pants up. He rushed me. I opened fire, sir. I need officers here now.
Okay, listen to me. Calm down just a minute.
Yes, sir.
We're getting them on the way. But I just
Yes,
need
sir.
you.
Here now, please. I'm so sorry, sir.
Okay, where's the guy that you shot?
He's on the back porch. I'm standing about 40 feet away. My girlfriend won't come here. Her mom, who is the wife, and her younger sister is over here, and they're watching him, and they're saying he's not breathing. She works for cremation options and variables, sir. I need officers here now, please. I am so sorry.
Sir, okay, I realize that. All right, you've repeated that numerous times. We're getting them on the way. I just need you to
Miranda, come
stay
here.
on the phone with me.
Yes, sir. Miranda, come here now. We have to go up front. Come here. Sir, please. He was gonna fucking rape you. Just like you did your entire fucking childhood. Come here now. He's trying to fucking grab my weapon. Sir, please. I was recording. My name is Sean Foley, sir.
I know what your name is, sir. I just need you to stay on the phone with me just a minute, okay?
Yes, sir. Brandon, come here now. We have to go up front. We have to go up front now. Please, sir.
Okay.
Miranda, come here now. I have it on recording.
Sir, I know that. Hang on just a minute, okay? You keep repeating yourself.
Yes, sir.
And all that. I need to
I'm so sorry, sir.
I know. Just be calm just a minute. Where is your girl?
Yes, sir.
Is that her crying?
She's next to me, yes, sir. I'm trying to get her to go up to the front part of the road with me.
Okay, listen to me.
My girlfriend's sister's on the phone with 911 right now.
I know that. I'm in their same room, okay? Where
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Ask your girlfriend, was there actually penetration made, or did he just...
Miranda, I'm on 911. Come here. Was there penetration made? I'm on 911. Was there penetration made? She's not talking, sir, but I know she was molested her entire life by him. I still have my weapon in my hand, sir, by the way, just so you can let officers know, but they're saying he doesn't have a pulse. But I walked outside and told him to stop, and I looked at Miranda, and she told me to stop, and he rushed me, and I pulled the trigger about 8 or 9 times. I don't know how many times I just pulled the trigger, sir. Miranda, come here now! Miranda, come here, please. Baby, right now, come here. Come here. I'm on 911 right now. I have the entire thing recorded. Come here, up front. Come here. Come here. Miranda, please, baby, come here. We got my girlfriend out of jail today. She was arrested for a failure to appear for a traffic citation, and we got her out. She's trying to get a car, and I had the entire thing recorded for the last 20 minutes or so. We've all slightly been drinking. Like, he straight up, like, he was trying to talk to her about, like, what do you want to do now, and yada, 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 and I can get your car. Like I said, sir, I have the entire thing recorded. Miranda, come here. We have to go up front. That man molested you your entire life. Come here now, please. I'm on 911. Come here. Sir, please get officers here immediately, please.
Sir, listen to me.
Miranda, come here.
Listen to me, sir.
I'm so sorry, sir. Miranda, come
here.
here. Come here. Come here now. Come here. Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm trying to get my girlfriend to come up from by the road. Miranda, come here now, please. I have that entire thing on recording. Come here. Baby girl, come here. And they're saying he's not breathing, he doesn't have a pulse, and they're claiming that he's dead. My girlfriend's mom works for cremation options, so this is pretty much, yeah. Miranda, come here.
So what is Miranda's last name?
Goddard, sir. Goddard. Yes, sir. But I've been recording because he made sure that I had to go inside, and he was outside on the back porch with her, and I was recording, and I was repeating everything that was said just in case the recording couldn't hear it, and he was talking about, what do you want to do now? And I looked out the window, and I was fucking watching, and I was repeating everything. And I saw him stick his hand in his pants up fucking around, so I had to tell him to stop. And Miranda walked up and said, baby, it's okay, as she was pulling her fucking pants up. And then I looked up and he rushed me, and I pulled the trigger, and as I pulled the trigger, he fell and I hit the porch. His name is, Jimmy Sheldon.
Jimmy Sheldon?
Miranda, come here now. Sheldon, yes sir.
Sheldon?
Miranda, come up here now, we have to wait for the officers. Come here. Miranda, come here. My identification is inside, sir, but my name is Sean Foley. I have a carry permit, sir. Miranda, come here now. Now, please, come here. We have to go, by the way, we have to wait for officers. Come on. That man is not going to fucking touch you anymore. But I don't know if there was penetration made, but when I walked out the door, he stuck his hand under her pants, and as I walked out the door, she stood up and she pulled her pants up. Miranda, come here.
Okay.
The man was going to race you for a fucking car. But the only reason I pulled the trigger, sir, is because you fucking rushed me. And you reached my fucking weapon. I pulled the trigger about 7 or 8 times. I don't know how many times I pulled the trigger, sir.
Okay.
Yes, you will, Miranda. We're sitting on the road right now. It is 808. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Miranda, come here. We're going to walk down the road. Miranda, come here now. Please. Baby, come here.
Listen, Sean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I need you to stand right there in front of the driveway. Do not walk off, okay? What kind
Yes, sir.
What kind of weapon do you have?
It is a Springfield Mark II subcompact 40, sir. And I have my identification and my carry permit inside, sir. But I have the entire thing. I can hear sirens now, but I have the entire thing on recording, sir.
Okay, tell me what you're wearing.
I'm wearing a black shirt with white swim trunks, so they're kind of white and black flags with red. But I'm standing on the road right now with my weapon in my left hand, so please let the officers know I have my weapon in my hand.
Listen to me. What I need you to do.
Yes, sir.
Is, are you standing? Can you walk over there and put that gun in the mailbox?
Yes, sir. I'm going right now.
Do that right now before they get there, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm on your radio.
My weapon is in the mailbox. Yes, sir.
I'm on your radio, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, what I need to do, raise your hands up for me, okay?
Yes, sir, understood. I'm going to put you on speakerphone.
Okay, raise your hands straight up in the air, okay? To my office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm waving my hands right now.
Okay.
Miranda, put your hands up.
Yeah, that's
Yes, sir, they're pulling up right now. Yes, sir.
That shooter, I've got his hands up in the air, the gun is in the mailbox.
Yes, sir. I have you on speakerphone right now. They told me to go.
Get on the ground and hang down up, okay? Just lay the phone
Yes,
down.
sir. Yes, sir. It's in the mailbox, sir. I'm on the phone with this side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's in the mailbox. 808, the one on the left, sir. My name is Sean Foley. I'm on the phone with this side right now. Miranda, baby girl, it's okay. He's on the back porch, sir. sir.
Hang up with you.
Yes, sir, I can't hear you. Just stay on the phone because I have a recorder, sir, please. Yes, sir, her mother and her younger sister. They're on the back porch, sir. With the body? Yes, sir. My weapon's in the left mailbox, sir. Yes, sir, understood. Miranda, it's okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My investigation's in the house, sir. I have my camera on the phone. Yes, sir. My phone's right there, sir. Walk through the truck, sir. I have it all on recording. Hey, I want to take it girl.
Director, those are the two 911 calls that you received from 808 Beaver Drive on August 28, 2018.
Yes, sir, there were.
Your Honor, I'd ask to enter both of those as exhibit number 2, please.
Any objection?
No objection.
So received into evidence as exhibit 2.
Director, you stated you worked for the Blount County Sheriff's Office. How long prior to becoming director of the Communication Center?
27 years.
And just briefly, what were your different positions at the Blount County Sheriff's Office?
I was patrolman starting in 1990, and I was promoted and moved to the detective division where I was an investigator for roughly 7 years. Then I was promoted to captain, and then in 2004 I was promoted to deputy chief.
And I assume over that 28 years you got a pretty good knowledge of the Blount County area. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir. It runs off Hopewell Road down on the southern end of the county, and Hopewell, of course, runs from Morganton Road to Clover Hill Road. So it's inside the county on the southern end.
Rick, I'm going to ask if you recognize this satellite photo.
Yes, sir.
And does this appear to show the area around 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir, it does.
Your Honor, I'd ask this be entered as exhibit number 3, please.
No objection.
So received into evidence as exhibit 3.
So, Director, if you can look at, is it showing up on your screen there?
No, sir.
Okay. Might need to hit the power button.
It's coming on now. Yes, sir.
Let me know when that's up
It's
there.
there.
Is that up there?
Yes, sir.
You see the red dot there in the middle of your screen?
Yes.
What does that red dot indicate?
That looks like it's pointing out the address in question, 808 Beaver Drive.
And you were giving a brief description of that area, maybe some a little more well-known roads. Can you kind of point out, and actually if you touch the screen, it'll make a little mark
okay.
with your finger. I know we're getting high-tech.
Yes, sir. Here's Morganton Road. You turn left off of Morganton if you're going out of the county onto Hopewell Road. And this is Hopewell Road here. And then the other road I referenced, which is Clover Hill, is down in this area.
Okay. And 808 Beaver Drive, is that located in Blount County, Tennessee?
Yes, sir, it is.
Your Honor, I'd ask this come in as the next numbered exhibit, please.
So you're asking for number 4 to be the marked copy? Because it's already in as 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'd already entered it. My mistake. I'll just leave it with number 3 then.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll pass the witness this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Kinsey.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir, there were 2 calls that came in on August the 28th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Which of those calls came in first?
The first call, I would have to probably reference the CAD report to be exactly correct.
Would it refresh your recollection if you did?
Yes.
Your Honor, can we provide an approach? Sir, if you could refresh your recollection and answer, please.
Give me just a second, I apologize. I'm looking for the specific dispatchers. It's supposed to take me so long now.
No problem. Take all the time you need.
I apologize. It's a rather lengthy.
It is.
ad.
Difficult to read, isn't it?
Oh, they're always difficult. Yes, sir. It appears that from this CAD report that the first call
Was the male voice? It was
was
on.
the male caller, yes.
Right. So the one that the state identified as the second call, in actuality, came in first and was the first call.
It's possible, but the calls were going on simultaneously.
Yes. Does your CAD report show the time the calls were initiated and began?
The call initiated at 6:09:08.
Which call was that?
That was entered by dispatcher Lena Ramsey, and dispatcher Jeanette Brabson was the one speaking with the female caller.
Okay.
Dispatcher Marco Womby was the one speaking with the male caller.
Okay. And what time did the Marco and the...
So to ascertain exactly, the CAD report covers the whole situation.
Mhm.
So to ascertain exactly which call come in first, seconds apart, I could pull another report from our telephone system, which would show the exact,
Okay.
if we've got two calls, which one actually came in first. And if needed to do that, I could produce that, but I don't have it, with me.
All right. If there was a third-party recording, that would tell us which call came in first, too.
Sir.
If there was, say, a third-party recording, that would tell us which one came in first, too, wouldn't it? If there was an outside source, you could hear both calls going on simultaneously. If you compared the two that we're listening to here.
I'm not sure what you're asking. I apologize.
Okay.
If you're asking if a third-party caller, I don't know.
A third-party recording. If there was another recording that recorded both calls, or the entire length of the period from, let's say, before any calls were initiated, till after the calls were disconnected.
Oh, you mean from the scene?
Sure.
Oh, well, sure it could, yeah.
All right. Nothing further.
No redirect, Your Honor.
Any questions will be passed on. May this witness be excused?
Please, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Call your next witness.
State calls Deputy Craig Flanigan.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Will you state your name for the record, please, sir?
Craig Flanigan,
And where are you employed?
Blount County Sheriff's Office,
And how long have you been employed there?
almost 5 years.
What is your current position at the Blount County Sheriff's Office?
I work 5th Judicial Drug Task Force.
Is that your position? Is that what it was back on August the 28th of 2018?
No, sir.
What was your position back then?
I was on patrol.
And just general, what are your duties on patrol as a patrol officer?
Answer calls for service, whether it be from domestic to petty theft to broad span barking dogs.
Okay. If I could please direct your attention to that August the 28th, 2018 date. Did you have reason to be dispatched to 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir.
Can you just briefly tell us about the nature of the dispatch you received?
It was a shooting call, shots fired, brief description of what we had before that. Corporal Gallo was working as a supervisor. He came through roll call. I was finishing up and said, we need to go here. We got 2 shots to the chest. And then it got dispatched.
Okay, so you were actually at the Justice Center at the time you got dispatched? So I guess it was shift change and you guys were shifting at that time?
Yeah, shift change just happened and we had a briefing that morning, which we do every morning, but the briefing was a little long that morning because we've had a string of burglaries and we're going over different suspects.
Did you respond to 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir.
And did you receive any information from dispatch on your way there about what was going on?
Yes, someone had been shot in the chest.
Did you know who that individual was?
It was an unknown man.
Okay. And did they say anything about who had done the shooting?
What I understand was the guy, somebody had called in and said that they had shot somebody.
Okay. And were you advised anything regarding a potential firearm being on scene while you were en route?
Yes. Closer we got, was told through dispatch that the firearm, he had placed it in the mailbox.
Do you know what time you arrived at the residence there on 808 Beaver Drive?
I believe it was 6:16 a.m.
Deputy Flanigan, do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, sir.
What is that a photograph of?
Beaver Drive.
That's the residence of Beaver Drive?
Or shooting place.
All right, ask to enter this exhibit 4, please.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
So received into evidence is 4.
Thank you. So the photograph we're looking at here on the TV, that's the residence there at 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes.
Okay, and is that showing up on your TV screen as well?
Should be one right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Later,
All right. What did you see there as you arrived at the residence on 808 Beaver Drive?
there was a male and a female in the roadway with their hands up.
Okay. Can you describe the male as best you can?
He was wearing a dark-colored shirt and shorts, skinny.
Okay. And do you know of that male seated in the courtroom here today?
He is.
Can you please identify him?
Right there.
Okay. And was there anyone else on the road?
Yes, it was a white female.
Okay. And can you, as best you can, describe her?
Yeah, she was a small build, skinny white female.
Okay. And what did you do with these individuals once you arrived on scene and exited your cruiser?
Gave them commands to get on the ground and keep their hands up.
Okay. Why did you do that?
Safety reasons, just because of the nature of the call. Didn't know if anybody else, right on scene, it's an unknown danger. If he was the actual shooter, if there was more than one.
Sure.
Officer safety.
And did you investigate the report that you had received that there was the firearm was located in the mailbox?
Yes.
Do you recognize this photograph, Deputy?
Yes.
What is that a photograph of?
That's the gun that's in the mailbox.
Okay, that's entering this exhibit number 5, please.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
So received into evidence is 5.
So do you see here, is that the gun we're talking about that was located in the mailbox at 808 Beaver Drive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's where it was when you arrived, correct?
Yes.
I'd also like to ask you, when you arrived on scene, was there anything on the ground next to Mr. Foley who you...
Leading, Judge.
The response, there's an objection to leaving.
Your Honor, I'd argue that was there anything on the ground isn't leading.
I'm going to overrule the objection.
Was there anything on the ground next to Mr. Foley?
Yes, it was a black cell phone.
Okay. So there was a phone next to Mr. Foley.
Yes.
You recognize this photograph, Deputy?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It's the black cell phone that was laying next to Foley.
All right, ask this come as exhibit number 6, please.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
So received is 6. Let me ask, ladies and gentlemen, can you see the TV that's being portrayed on screen?
The photograph exhibit 6 there, is that the cell phone that was laying in the road next to Mr. Foley?
Yes, sir.
Did you take any steps to locate where the potential victim of the shooting was located at the residence?
Yes.
And where was that victim located?
At the rear of the house on the deck.
Okay. And did you go and actually make contact with the individual on the back deck?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do once you found the victim located there on the back deck of the porch?
When we come around the corner of the house, we seen a female right there was attempting to do CPR. Made contact, asked them to step away. I checked for a pulse. There was no pulse.
Did you observe any visible injuries to the individual lying on the deck?
Yes.
Let me ask you, as best you can, describe the individual who was lying on the deck?
There was a white male. He was wearing red shorts. You could see blood that was coming to I believe it was a white T-shirt. He had wounds to the chest and one to the neck. And he was blue.
Did you observe anything else on the deck that you found to be indicative of a possible shooting?
And there was spent shell casings.
On the deck? Mm-hmm. After that, I assume it would be your all's policy, if there's something like this, do you notify anyone else in the sheriff's office?
AMR was on standby, and at that point we secured the scene and had them come on in.
Okay. You say you secured the scene. What do you do when you secure the scene?
We preserve the evidence. We get everybody that's there off pretty much away from the crime scene and put yellow tape up and don't let anybody come in.
Okay. Is that what you did in this particular instance?
Yes, sir.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Sir, you said that you contacted AMR.
We advised dispatch to.
Okay, what's AMR?
It's basically rural metro.
Okay. So ambulance. Okay. You said you secured the scene.
Yes.
How far out did you put tape?
If you look on the pictures that was shown, it's all the way to the whole front yard, back side of the house.
Okay. The entire backyard as well.
Yes, there was more than one deputy there too. So
Okay.
when we work together as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. You said when you arrived on scene that there was Mr. Foley was standing with his hands up.
Yes.
You found his gun in the mailbox, right? Did you place him in handcuffs at that time?
Once we made contact with him, he was on the ground handcuffed before we located the firearm.
Okay.
And at the whole time, he's telling us that the firearm's in the mailbox.
Okay. And then you placed him in the back of a car?
Yes, one of us did. He was placed in one cruiser, and then the female was placed in another.
Okay. Did you ever get that female's name? Did you get the female's name?
Yes, but I don't recall what her name was.
Miranda Goddard?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's her name.
Okay. Nothing further.
Go redirect, Your Honor.
May this witness be excused?
Please, Your Honor.
Thank you. Our next witness.
Your Honor, the state calls Elizabeth Murphy. Could you state your name for the record, ma'am?
Deputy Elizabeth Murphy,
And Deputy Murphy, where do you work?
Floyd County Sheriff's Office,
What do you do at the Sheriff's Office?
Patrol Division.
And what are your responsibilities as a part of your work in the Patrol Division?
Just answer calls of service. I'm also a CSSO, which is a crime scene specialist officer, and take pictures, pull prints, stuff like that.
Okay. Were you working in that capacity back on August the 28th of 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you been with the Sheriff's Office at that point in time?
2 years.
Did you respond out to 808 Beaver Drive in reference to a shooting on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about what led to your dispatch?
We just got a dispatch call that they'd been a shooting, gave us the address. That was the short deal of when we started to respond, and then dispatch was updating us on the way.
Okay. By the time when you arrived there, were there already other officers on the scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Where was the suspect, if you know?
He was in the back of one of the patrol cars.
Were you able to locate the victim in this case when you arrived at the scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you find the victim?
He was laying on the deck on the back side of the house.
Okay. Was it about daylight at this point in time?
It was getting close to breaking daylight.
Were the ambulance, the first responders already there as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to take photographs?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that something you said you did CSSO?
Yes, ma'am.
You had training in that?
Yes.
When was that training?
About a year and a half.
Okay. If I may approach, Your Honor. Your Honor, may we approach briefly, Your Honor?
At this time, we're going to take a short recess. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send you back to the jury room. Do not discuss the case with anyone. Do not begin any deliberations, consult any outside sources, or violate any court's admonitions thus far. I'll bring you back shortly. All rise.
We'll go with Officer McNear. Watch that TV there on the end.
Officer McNear, I'm not sure about Can you get around it? I'm not. Please be seated.
Your Honor, in the interest of the court's admonition earlier about reactions in the courtroom, and because of the nature of the photographs the state's about to offer as evidence, we'd ask for a brief recess to give the family of the victim time to step out if they'd like to, due to the nature of the photographs they're about to show.
And Mr. Kinsey, if you had asked that he was outside the jury's presence and not as to draw attention or to try to invoke any type of sympathy, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, so in the future,
Yes, Your
if
Honor.
this is going to be an issue, I would prefer not to take a recess.
I understand, Your Honor.
The state is in command and knows what evidence they're going to be presenting, and I would ask that you be prepared that we do that on a break or during the changing of a witness.
Along those lines, Your Honor, those individuals who do choose to step out should probably remain out for our next witness as well.
And to that end, Your Honor, they know about the upcoming witness and the nature of the video that's coming, and I think they anticipated that one. They just did not anticipate this one.
Okay. At this time, then I would ask that anyone who wants to step out due to potentially upsetting or the graphic nature of some photographs, please do so. If you choose to remain in the courtroom, there's to be no emotional reaction in the presence of the jury. So at this time, then we'll take a brief, well, actually, we don't even need to take a recess. Can they just exit and then we'll bring the jury back in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I could have 1 second, Your Honor.
Actually, if you could, then if you'll step, let's let the witness come on down and he'll remain outside. Court will be in recess for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Judge.
Court's in recess.